My people, welcome back to the channel. If you are just joining us, you are right on time for the gist. Before we go any further, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button and like this video right now. It helps us more than you know. Now, let's dive straight into the serious drama that happened today in Abuja at the Federal High Court. The headline you saw is correct. There was serious heavy tension in the court and the judge made a sudden dramatic move. So, what exactly happened? Let me break it down for you. Today, November 20th, was the day Justice James Omotosho was set to deliver his judgment in the long-running terrorism case against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The whole nation was waiting, and the judgment was even planned to be broadcast live on television. But my people, the judgment itself hasn't even been delivered yet because of the incredible drama that unfolded inside that courtroom. The tension started building right from the beginning. Nnamdi Kanu, who is representing himself after dismissing his lawyers, stood up and boldly told the court that it had no jurisdiction to try him. He argued that there should be no judgment because he had filed processes at the Court of Appeal. He was essentially saying, "This court cannot judge me." But the real drama kicked off when the judge began to rule on several motions that Kanu himself had filed, including one asking for bail. Justice Omotosho dismissed the bail application, stating that Kanu's request did not fall into the legal categories for granting bail. This decision did not sit well with Kanu at all. He became visibly angry and started protesting loudly. He insisted that it was his right to file a final written address and that the judge must show him where in Nigerian law it was written that he couldn't do so. He was demanding to be heard, refusing to back down. The judge, Justice Omotosho, tried to calm him down, asking him to comport himself. The judge even said that God established the court for justice and that Kanu's unruly behavior was not new, mentioning past instances where the defendant had been disruptive. But Kanu refused to stop shouting and even held on to the microphone, refusing to give it back to the DSS officials when instructed by the judge. At this point, the atmosphere was so charged. And then, the judge made that sudden move you saw in the headline. To restore order, Justice Omotosho gave an order to the security agents in the courtroom. He told them to take Nnamdi Kanu out of the courtroom. Can you imagine the scene? The main person on trial was being led out of the room because of his outburst. Videos of this heated moment started trending online almost immediately. After Kanu was led out, the judge continued with the proceedings in his absence, stating that Kanu had been given a fair hearing but refused to behave himself. Now, why is this case so sensitive? Let's do a small related talk so we can understand the full picture. This is not just about today's event. Nnamdi Kanu was first arrested in 2015, and this case has had many twists and turns. He fled the country in 2017 after a military operation but was controversially rearrested in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria in 2021. His legal team has always called that an extraordinary rendition, meaning it was an illegal arrest. Furthermore, just last week, in a desperate last-minute attempt to stop today's judgment, Kanu himself, accompanied by DSS officials, went to the Supreme Court to submit a letter to the Chief Justice of Nigeria. He also filed an appeal asking the Court of Appeal to stop the judgment from being delivered today. He has been arguing that the government is trying to try him under a terrorism law that has already been repealed, meaning it no longer exists. So, from his perspective, the entire case is built on nothing. This is why the tension is so heavy. It's not just a legal matter, it's a deeply political and emotional case for many people. As we've reported before, Kanu is a polarizing figure, seen as a terrorist by some and a hero by others, especially in the southeast. His home state of Abia was even on high alert today, with security tightened to prevent any breakdown of law and order. You see, this case touches on some very fundamental issues about our country. It touches on the issue of justice, the rule of law, and the rights of every citizen. Nnamdi Kanu's supporters and his legal team have consistently argued that his rights have been violated from the way he was brought back to Nigeria to the conditions of his detention. On the other hand, the Nigerian government sees this as a matter of national security. They argue that his words and actions through his radio broadcasts and speeches, encouraged violence and instability in the southeast region. They see this trial as necessary to uphold the unity and peace of Nigeria. This is the core of the problem. It's a clash between individual rights and the state's idea of security. And in the middle of it all, you have the judiciary, which is supposed to be the impartial referee. But when scenes like today's happen, with a defendant being removed for being disruptive, it raises big questions for the public. Can there be a fair outcome when the atmosphere is so charged? This is what everyone is asking. My people, this is why you must pay attention to these things. The law is not just for lawyers and judges. It affects all of us. The principles being debated in this courtroom, like whether a court has jurisdiction, what constitutes a fair hearing, and the limits of free speech, these things can affect any citizen tomorrow. Let me also speak to the young people watching. It is easy to get emotional and take sides, especially on social media. But I beg you, let us be guided by the facts and the law. Violence and hate speech are never the answer. The beauty of a democracy is that we have courtrooms to settle these disputes, not the streets. So, even with all the drama, we must respect the process and wait for the final outcome from the courts. While we are waiting for the final verdict to be announced, let me remind you of the importance of this channel. We are here to give you the news straight, without taking sides. We break down the complex stories so everyone can understand. If you are getting value from this explanation, if you are understanding this serious national issue better, then do us a big favor, please like this video. The YouTube algorithm needs to see that you are enjoying this content so it can show it to more Nigerians who need to be informed. And subscribe to the channel with the notification bell so you don't miss any part of this developing story. We are a family here, a community of people who want to stay informed. Your subscription strengthens this community. We will take a very short pause. When we come back, we will give you the final verdict from the court as soon as it is announced. Stay with us. Welcome back, my people. We are still following the situation at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The judgment is still being read and we are all on standby for the final decision. We promise to bring it to you the very moment it is made public. In the meantime, let's keep the conversation going. What is your opinion on what has happened today? Do you think the judge was right to order Nnamdi Kanu out of his own trial? How do you think this will affect the perception of justice in this case? Let us know in the comments section below. We read every single comment. Your opinion is important. Share your thoughts respectfully. And for those of you just joining us, you are catching a live update on a major story. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, was just removed from the courtroom for being disruptive, and the judge is now delivering the judgment in his absence. This is a historic and unprecedented moment in Nigeria's legal history. We will continue to monitor the situation. Don't go away. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the final update. We will be right back with the conclusion.